Hi there, my name's Leanna. I work for ERG and I specialise in recruiting Java developers. I'd really like to introduce you to Sarah over here. She's a first-class honours degree holder in mathematics and computing. She's currently based in Wolverhampton and she has 4 years commercial experience coding in Java 8. Basically, she's a very enthusiastic developer, lives, breathes and sleeps coding, and is currently in her spare time learning up on Spring Boot as well. So hi Sarah, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. For you?
Jolly good. So I've got a couple of questions for you if you're happy for me to fire through them. First up, what are your favourite technologies at the moment and why?
So you obviously just mentioned Spring Boot. So I spend a lot of my spare time doing projects using Spring Boot and sort of related parts of Spring, so Spring Security, Spring JPA, things like that. So I've created a couple of projects just for friends and family and things like that, and some sort of rough ideas of things that I've dreamt up. So I guess the reason I like it is it makes sort of it's very quick to start something up, basically. So it's all about conventions so that you can get something up and running very quickly, which is obviously ideal if you want to just kind of put a rough idea together. And obviously it's very well developed, it's very well supported, documented, all the good stuff. There's a big community of people out there that you can talk to and sort of work with. And it's very configurable as well, although obviously you can get something up and running very quickly. It's then got a lot of possibilities in terms of making it much more configurable. So yeah, that's why I like it. Yeah, that's it.
And
really.
that's obviously your favourite thing as well. Does that obviously run that alongside your coding?
Sorry, you have to repeat that.
So I was just saying, obviously Spring Boot is one that you're currently brushing up and got a lot of passion for at the moment. You run that alongside when you're coding in Java 8, is that right?
Yeah, I use Java 8, although I'll be looking now to use 10, obviously, because it's coming about very quickly. But yeah, I do use Java 8 with it at the moment.
Okay, perfect.
So, yeah, again, it's a good way that I can sort of try out different features that were added in Java 8, the streams and stuff like that, where I don't really get a chance in my role to do that. So.
Perfect. Okay, so next question then. Can you walk me through in detail a project that you're really proud of and your involvement within it?
So it's just coming to a close about now. It's been 2 years in the making.
Oh wow!
But basically, I headed up a continuous integration project, is what they called it. It really comprised a lot more than that. But when I joined the company that I'm at, a lot of things were being done completely manually. All their deployments, packaging, building, everything. And I sort of pushed them to come up with something a bit more standard, a bit more kind of industry standard, put in place things like Nexus to store their dependencies, excuse me, Jenkins, and created all the jobs in Jenkins to build, test, deploy, all the rest of it. I migrated their code from using Ant, which is a little bit old school, to using Maven. So I basically branched their entire code base, migrated it all to Maven, and then had to handle kind of merging that back and try not to interrupt the development at all at the time.
Oh, wow.
So that's quite a big task. So yeah, it's comprised a lot more than just continuous integration. But it's a lot of hard work has gone into it. A lot of push for them to change their culture and their attitude towards sort of automating things, making things more standard. So it was a bit of a struggle at times, but I'm proud that we've got there, and we're now releasing monthly, which is hundreds of native apps and web services as well. Wow. It's all going out every month, whereas before they'd be lucky to do maybe 3 or 4 releases a year. So that's
amazing.
Shows how far it's come. So yeah, that I'm particularly proud of. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, no, that sounds like quite a feat. I bet you're pleased that's coming to a close. The next project.
No. Yeah, it's very okay. Work on, so yeah. It's a bit kind of, yay, we've achieved the goal that we set out to, but also I'll kind of miss doing it.
Yeah, okay. So that brings us very nicely then onto my next question. What sort of role is it you're looking forward to moving into going forwards?
So really I'm kind of at the point now where I'm looking at a more mid-level developer role. Obviously Java focused, or Java sort of languages, like I've done a lot of Groovy stuff and things like that. But I'm open to obviously learn a bit more, kind of expand outside of that a bit more. I think I should start, I'm at that stage where I should start pushing myself to look at different frameworks that I've never come across and different languages maybe. But yeah, predominantly kind of Java role. I am really interested in API design and development and web services in particular. So I really like dealing with all of the back end, kind of designing something, modeling data structures, database objects, all that kind of stuff, and putting together a system. I really like sort of modular, configurable systems. So anything that's driven by configuration is really interesting to me. So large systems that have lots of features, but they can all be toggled on and off and configured to however the customer wants them. That's kind of my area of passion, I guess.
Okay. So obviously you've done a bit of work with databases and that sort of thing as well alongside that. I mean, have you got an interest at all in going full stack or?
Yeah, so I do obviously in my kind of projects in my spare time. You mentioned that I did the Spring Boot app, so I obviously do the front end, like I use sort of templating UI languages like Timeleaf. I've used Velocity, things, they're all kind of similar frameworks. So I've got I like to think, a bit of an understanding of the entire flow, the entire stack. Done a little bit of JavaScript, but I'm not an expert. But again, would like to do more. Would like to improve that. So yeah, I think I've got a pretty solid understanding of the whole life cycle and the whole stack. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Moving on, in regards to the company, is there anything specific? I mean, what kind of company are you looking to go into?
So I'm not sure what kind of sector that I'd like to work in, to be honest. I think it's more about the culture and the sort of feeling of the company. I would like to work somewhere, probably kind of small to medium-sized teams, where there's just a really good attitude and a really good culture towards having something really high quality, really interesting. In terms of their stack, probably as modern as possible, although everyone's got a bit of legacy hanging about. But a place that's trying to push forward at least and trying to modernise would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, really just a place where they take on people who love to code, rather than it's just work. I'm very lucky in the fact that I just get paid to do my hobby, essentially, and I would do it anyway. So I would like to work with people who have the same kind of attitude, who really want to who are proud of what they do, basically, who are
Yeah.
show off their code and go, look what I've done, and to really strive for quality, and something that's exciting, and something that they're proud to create.
Oh, amazing! Yeah, no, that sounds like a nice description of some way. Perfect. Is that, sorry, have you got something to?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like I said, I don't really know the specifics of what kind of sectors that I'd like to work in or anything like that. I think it really is just more
innovative,
that friendly kind of culture, where everybody comes in and loves what they do all day, basically. So sorry, that's not very specific, but.
No, I mean, to some extent that is specific, and to some extent that's more important as well a lot of the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So perfect. All righty, Sarah. Well, thank you very, very much for your time today anyway. I will be in touch with you, I'm sure, in the very, very near future. But for now, bye-bye. Enjoy your evening. Go and enjoy some sunshine.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.